Hey guys, good news! I don't hate myself this time. Yeah, this one isn't my fault for forgetting someone. It's just someone who entered the shoutouts on time, but YouTube forgot to tell me about it. By the way, if I don't like and heart your comments, I didn't see them, because YouTube has a bad habit of not telling me about comments I get. I don't know why it's so hard for it to do something that's existed since the dawn of the internet, but yeah, if I don't respond to you, it's not because I didn't like your comment, it's just I don't know what happened. So to hopefully cap this off and finally be done with the shoutouts, here's the last batch. Please don't even mention shoutouts in the comments on this one. Not only do I have a heart attack when I see them now because I immediately assume I messed up and forgot someone else, but I also just feel guilty if I can't give you one. I hate disappointing you all. Anyways, hopefully, please, the last of the shoutouts of 2020. I suppose tomorrow is the only day of 2020 left, but for one day, I'd like to not worry that I messed something up for you all and feel guilty about it. Comfy Blanket. He has a cat. This is all we know. Who will be the first to subscribe to Optimus Garcia? His first video has been out less than a week. Cyber Knight Mickey. Are literally all of my subscribers stop motion animators? Scrambled eggs. I don't like eggs. They're coarse, rough, and they get everywhere. But seriously though, eggs are gross. Toolman, the man with the Dr. Herbert West icon. I prefer From Beyond, but Reanimator is good too. Oh, and I seem to have been wrong because of course I was. There was one person I forgot. Fortunately, I was told before this video went live, so I'm shoving it in now. Stitch Productions. He apparently used to go by Plush King, and he has immense amounts of curly hair. That was important. Write that down on your important pads. Okay, so that might have done it. I might finally be done. So, I may be wrong here. I may be remembering this incorrectly. But in the deepest recesses of my mind, I think my first Beast Wars figure ever was Cheetor. And I know that I got him at Toys R Us. Rest in peace, you sweet angel. So I think it's important that the first review I do of Kingdom be Cheetor. It just feels right. So, the look of this figure in robot mode is a little odd, I gotta say. Let's start off with his colors. The yellow is much better in hand than it was in the promotional photography. However, the powder blue has not been improved, and it's awful. It's just not an attractive color, and it doesn't complement the yellow in any way. Head is pretty good, but it's a little tall and a lot more, I don't know, volcano-shaped than you'd expect. It's just subtly off. You most likely won't care, but the discerning eye on close inspection will notice it's wrong. The strange thing about this figure is the fact that it seems to be trying to be both as close as possible to the original design and a reinterpretation of it. They might be trying to combine the show model and the original toy with the way the cat head sticks out instead of down. His shoulder wings are a problem. They crowd his arms and get in the way of posability. They look awkward and are just hovering too close to him. You can diminish it by moving his arms forward on these butterfly joints, but that just makes him look like he's trying to be fronting on some foos. His weapon would be a great homage if it weren't so flawed for it. His tail whip thing needed a hinge joint in the middle, or he needed some wrists that tilt, because as it is, he gets equal range from a punch, and those are easier to use. I use this like a sword. It looks like it's made out of foam, but at least he can hit you with it. How about a swivel joint right here? That would have worked as well. Go down past his knees though, and that's where the real problems begin. For starters, he is wearing some ugly parachute pants, and the cat legs are not hiding at all. And then you get down to his awful little feet. God, I hate them. They're so ugly and weird, and they're tiny with pathetic heels. If there is an objective flaw with this figure, it's these feet. They are useless. You can actually put them away and make him stand on the cat paws, and he's not that much less stable. I suppose now's the time to point out that he is very small. Not only is he short in stature, but he is also very slight of build. I weighed him and Sunstreaker. While Sunstreaker came out as 3 ounces, Cheetor came out as 2. So I guess to everyone who's tried making the argument to me that Deluxe Class is a weight, not a size, when trying to defend Cliffjumper, what do you have to say to this? To be clear, I'm not crying about his weight or size. They're just things I noticed that I thought were worth mentioning. All the Kingdom figures are smaller and lighter, it seems. I got all the Wave 1 Deluxes in one box, and I thought for sure they couldn't all have been in there because it was so light. No joke, I just measured the box, and it's 3.2 ounces. It's more than a third heavier than the figure. I suppose this is a great time to bring up the box. The new style is super cool with the large, gorgeous artworks of both the character and their alt mode. I'm absolutely going to need to find a way to display this on its own. Man, I just spent more time praising the cardboard the figure comes inside than I have the figure itself, and that's not fair. I don't mean to only shit on this, but it's got interesting issues. So this looks pretty good, and it comes across better in hand than I thought it was going to. Articulation is better than almost any figure in the War for Cybertron lines, with its added forward butterfly on top of him having every other point that is standard on all the other figures. Plus, he's got his back-mounted cat arms, and if only these had peg holes, I would love to stick guns in the paws and have him go crazy. His knees don't bend a full 90 going forward though for no good reason, but going backwards they go a good bit further, so you can cheat it if you have to. I'm not quite sure why his crotch flips out though. It's not part of the transformation, and it gets him like 1% more leg range. It's really satisfying to flip. Got a really nice click to it. Transformation on this guy is really pretty fun. It's fast and intuitive, only marred a tiny amount by the parts-forming tail. One thing I love about this is unhinging the cat's jaw is part of the process. God, that looks so messed up. A cat comes sliding at you from out of the dark on its belly like a penguin. Its jaw opens so wide it presses against the back of its throat. What do you do? God, that's horrifying. In cheetah mode, this thing actually has a huge amount of posability, maybe even more than the Masterpiece. The only thing it's missing is a posable neck. Well, that and a posable tail. Seriously, one swivel or hinge, and this thing would have been great. It goes without saying that the mouth opens and closes, and it's a nightmare. I love it. Anyways, doubling back for a minute, I didn't mention how good the cheetah mode looks. It's great, so little kibble, such a sleek body. The original figure was very good on that front, but was nowhere near as sleek or posable as this. This is quite something, and the paint here is very good. It feels like it will be durable as well. I don't see this scratching off easily. It doesn't much look anything like the original figure, nor does it look like the show model, but it's still incredible looking. They are going for accuracy to the real-life animal, and while I can't agree with that decision, I at least respect what they were able to achieve with it. So yeah, this is a pretty solid figure. Is it perfect? No. Does it hit every note I wanted to see get hit? No. But this is a quality product. Even with it being smaller and made out of less material than normal, this is not a ripoff. In fact, it's a pretty good value for your money. I'm certainly glad I got this. It's a good toy, even if I did just talk a ton of shit on it. And before I close out, I want to talk about the trading cards that are coming with the figures. I don't know if this is by mistake, but it doesn't seem like the cards are going to be coming with the figures they represent. For instance, while I did get Black Arachnia's card with Black Arachnia, with Cheetor, I got the Arc. And with Warpath and Paleotrix, I got 2 copies of the Dinobot card for some reason. These cards look great. I love the look of these things. They remind me very much of my childhood, and while some people might find the holofoil nature of them cheesy, I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, the cards all came warped out of the box, and the backs of them don't seem to have any different information. I don't think that there's anything to decode with these. And that's not half of what I have to say, but it's enough of what I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.